Hey guys, so it's been a little bit since I've done a DeFi video, but a brand new site just went live a few days ago and it's called Sparkswap and it's on the Pulsechain and it's a very interesting project. I hope you stick around and watch this because even if you're not on Pulsechain yet, it's a newer chain. It's not that easy to get money over there. Things are going to start growing as Sparkswap is opening a new bridge for them, and it's a chance to get in early on a DeFi site. That's the only kind of DeFi sites that usually last, and this one is from a team that I trust. It's from the EMP team. We're not going to spend too much time going on the EMP platform. Yes, their token is under peg. Yes, they're about to rebrand their product from the EMP to EMP Fusion. They're going to completely revamp their system that's coming out hopefully in the next couple months. But while they did that, they decided to go ahead and build a project on Pulsechain. Now, why would they build what they ended up building over there? Let's go ahead and jump into the site. This is Sparkswap. So what is Sparkswap over here on Pulsechain? It is a site where you can exchange tokens. So they have an exchange that's built into the back end of Pulsechain. You can provide liquidity. They have a bridge coming from BSC. They have some farms with some of those really crazy early farm APRs. Yes, you're earning 1,500% on Spark with Pulse. With PulseX, these are non-native tokens to their platform. You're earning 200%. DAI Pulse, this has nothing to do with the Spark token. This one's paying out 361, and then DAI USDC is sitting over here. Yes, these are two stable coins. This is DAI from Ethereum and USDC from Ethereum, not the Pulse versions. Those ones haven't really regained peg, but you pair those ones up here, and you're doing stable coins at 276. Why are these so high for stable coins and PulseX and like DAI Pulse? Well, because they're not that many people know about this site yet. Yes, they do have around $4 million in locked liquidity at this point, but that's still very, very low in the grand scheme of things. And these percentages obviously are variable. They're going to change by the time you come here and see this. We could be up to 5 or 6 million, and these are all going to get smaller unless this token goes up in value. But we all know the token you can farm doesn't usually go up in value, right? Well, how can Spark make these tokens go up in value or hold value? Well, they've done a lot of very interesting things when it comes to how they're trying to get people to properly use their platform and not ruin the value of this token. Again, users don't have to listen, but the more tools you build, the more users that will use them, the more things that might help your platform. Now, for starters, these farms have fees. Now, this one right here has the smallest fee to get into. These ones here have bigger fees. Now, why would they even do these tokens? It's because when it comes to these two, they are able to farm this ink token. Now, how are they doing that? When you give them your liquidity and deposit it into their farms, they're taking that liquidity and they're putting it on the PulseX farms to earn the incentive token that you can earn over there. Then they're taking that incentive token and they're selling it. Yes, this could hurt the incentive token a little bit if Sparkswap gets very, very popular, but it supports the Sparkspot token because they're using these tokens to help support the price of this token and provide additional liquidity into the liquidity pair, which also helps support the peg, because the more money that is in the liquidity pair for this, the more that is there. Now let's go ahead. I have to switch this over to Pulsechain. I probably should have done that before. So I can connect my wallet and you can see that I am actually using the site. You can also see I am not anything near close to being a whale over here on Sparkswap, but I do have a couple $100 sitting in here, or not even a couple hundred, $166. And then I've got about 400 sitting here. This is basically my Pulse and PulseX that I got for sacrificing. I did sacrifice to get this. And so I have it just sitting here paired up, earning me some Spark token. And I've took a little bit of the Spark token and I've paired it up with PLS, literally $27. So if, grand total here is less than $1,000 in these farms. But nonetheless, I am using the site. Would I like to get some more money over here? Sure, but the only way to currently do that is on Ethereum. And if you know me, I have a lot of money going into Splinterland's land right now. So I'm a little bit thin when it comes to my extra money to throw around and stuff. But still, I wanted to go ahead and take my assets that were on Pulsechain and get them working for me. So that's how I ended up getting into these farms. So again, if you go into DAI Pulse or PulseX, not only are they taking a 4% fee, but they're able to use your liquidity to go ahead and get these incentive tokens to support the price of their token. The DAI USDC one, this one just has a nice fee on the way in and on the way out. So if you want to get into it here, you do have to understand you can't just flash a lot of money in here and leave instantly. At current APRs, it's around a 10-day ROI to cover those two fees on the in and outs. But also the people who go into here might be more aggressive in selling this token possibly. I also, though, bigger deposits, huge amounts of money going to the project to support the token. That's what all of these fees are designed to do. It's kind of an interesting play because if somebody wants to come in with a large amount of money and put it in here, they're going to have to leave it in here right now for at least 8 days. But in the future, let's say this gets down to like a 40% payout, which is still competitive for stable coins, then you'd be looking at that person needing to leave that money in there for maybe a couple months to cover the fees to get into it, which is still somewhat an interesting play when it comes to staking your stable coins. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the other parts of this site. We're going to go ahead here and go to Sparkler. So Sparkler is their version of the Hex platform. I've done a couple stakes here to give you an example to see, but I obviously don't have that much Spark at this point. But I'm going to continue doing every single day a 10-day stake until I get those stakes paying out to show you. Then I can start using the strategy that they want to use. Now my stakes are getting a little bit bigger. As you can see here, I only staked 1.5 tokens. This was 2 tokens. I think today I'm going to try to stake 3 or 4 tokens. I'm playing this game pretty responsibly, and I'm not like trying to buy a lot of the Spark token because I don't have the assets to do that. If you do, you can, but do be aware that this is a farmable token in this ecosystem. They have done some very interesting things to allow people to earn a lot by being able to stake this coin, and in a very interesting way. But you should just know that it is still a chance, just like any farmable token, this value could fluctuate a lot. It was around $1.10. It spiked up when some people bought some, I think, to come and play this staking game to like $1.20. And now it's fallen back down to about 80 cents, just under 80 cents. I don't know where we're going from here. Yeah, we could have some people that find this platform right here very interesting and just come in and buy a lot of Spark to play this kind of hex-based staking program. As you can see, when you stake your tokens, you earn shares. I have earned these many shares. My earnings go ahead and show up over here. I only have 3 cents on this one so far, only 1 cent on this one. Obviously, I only staked $1 and $1.59. I actually should probably try to be doing this with larger amounts of money just to make sure that I can be covering my fees, but I wanted something in here to be able to show you when I made the video. I'm going to reevaluate actually even how much I put in to make sure that I put in enough to make it worth it. But basically, I'm going to get these LP tokens once I go ahead and finish these stakes. Now, why are they paying out LP tokens instead of additional Spark tokens? That is because the hope is that you're going to go ahead and earn these tokens, right? And then I'm gonna end all my stakes, get these LPs. I'm gonna go over here to the liquidity tab. Oops, for some reason that changed us to light and I lost my connection. New site, weird things. Okay, hold on here. Connect MetaMask. We'll tried to get connected back. Oh, let's do a quick refresh. Oh, I see what's wrong. My wallet wants me to say yes to connect. There we go. So now we are there. So then you, instead of adding liquidity, you can break your liquidity. When you break your liquidity, because they're giving you paired up Spark token with Pulse token, you can break it. You can get your Spark tokens back, and you can have some Pulse that would be profit, right? That profit you made on the stake would be Pulse. Then you can go ahead, go back into Sparkler and stake those additional tokens that you pulled out. That's kind of the gameplay here that they've made for you. So I've staked around $3 worth of Spark. Now, when these stakes come back, you do get the Spark tokens as well. So the idea here is for me to break my liquidity, get a little bit more Spark token, get a little bit of Pulse, and then go ahead and just redo my stakes and keep playing that game. And because this is a staking system that has shares like Hex, sure, my 1.5 Spark on this day got me this 1,500 shares, but look what happened the next day. I went up 2 Sparks, so I went up 25%. And I went up about 25% in shares. But eventually, as more people come into this ecosystem and stake more and more and more, just like within the Hex ecosystem, you have to stake more and more and more tokens to get the same amount of shares, or stake them for much longer amounts of time. So that's kind of the process of the Sparkler, and it is a very unique system to go ahead and give you a way to make profit out of this whole system. The profit would be given to you in Pulse, and never actually be selling your Spark tokens, as you're just going to be restaking them as you create kind of your laddered stakes. Because see what you can see here, if I kept doing a stake every day for 10 days, then starting at 10 days, I'd have an unstake and a restake starting. And then what I can do each 10 days that I get this 1.5 back, I can try to add more to that next stake and do it for 10 days. Now, if I'm doing just 10-day stakes, though, that's a very short ladder. It's probably going to be hard for me to make a decent amount of profit. Now, Pulsechain is really, really cheap to use, so it's possible I could actually be pulling a profit with those. But in reality, I should probably change this up to about 30-day stakes, and it will take me a month to get this going. Other people will tell you there's a lot of different strategies, and obviously the protocol will tell you you get the best bonus if you stake this the maximum amount of time for 10 years. A 10-year stake basically burns the token, and it earns an incredible APR if you decide to do that. But also, if you decide to do that, you have to hope that not only Pulsechain, but Sparkswap is still here 10 years from now. Now, EMP has been solid. They've been around for over a year. They're still up. Their devs are still working. They have incredible things going on. And you might think, where did they have time to go ahead and build this platform? Well, it's because they are also launching the first DEX over on another new chain that is just starting called Layer 1X or L1X. I think there's another project called Layer 1X, but it's the L1X platform. I'm going to be doing videos on that in the future. It just went live, but it's not actually, the DEX isn't live yet, so you can't use it. But it's a very interesting chain that has developed a new way for you to trade assets cross-platform. But why did they go ahead and launch this? Well, it's because Pulsechain won't be on that platform in the future. A lot of the people in EMP are fans of the Hex project. A lot of them have Pulse. A lot of their big whales were holding a lot of Pulse, and so they built a project over on Pulsechain to support the people within their ecosystem. I mean, it gave me somewhere to take my money and put it to work. Yes, my money is a small amount. I showed you. I only sacrificed a couple Ethereum at the time. Yes, I'm down, but hey, my money's working for me now, and that's the main thing that I like. So thanks everybody for checking this out. I'll have a link to the Sparkswap site, and I'll also have a link to this Medium article. It introduces Sparkswap. It has a lot more information. It also has a link to the only safe way to transfer funds to PLS right now that we know of, and that's a safe trade, and it's only Ethereum. You have to transfer Ethereum over, so it's very interesting as far as that. But you can also use the other bridges. You could look for your own bridge. If you guys are interested, maybe I could do a bridge on a video on bridging to Pulse. But again, bridges are dangerous. This is one of the reasons why they really hope to get Pulse integrated into their new platform, where you can swap one asset to an asset on another chain without even using a bridge. You'll just do a trade, and that asset will show up in your other wallet, which is pretty amazing. So thanks everybody for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you like this little look quickly at Sparkswap. Thanks. Bye.